Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Music Lab podcast. My name is Dog, and I am here with someone who says he is a legend.
I didn't say that.
I didn't say you said it.
Is it D-A-W-G?
Yeah, that's exactly it. The legend, Mr. John Harris.
Thank you.
John,
Thank
welcome.
you for inviting me. Thank
Absolutely, absolutely. So, John, currently, what do you do? Tell the audience, what do you do? What is your...
My official title is Talent Buyer at XL Live, so I hold the calendar, book the shows.
And how long have you been a talent buyer at XL Live?
Since they opened, 2018, April. I actually started in February, but...
And what would you say is your proudest moment or accomplishment since you've been at XL Live? Maybe a band that you booked, maybe a moment, maybe a situation.
Man, I've been doing this for a long time. I can tell you that I just booked and put on sale the Disco Biscuits for 2 nights in our outside parking lot stage, so
it's a huge deal.
That will be the biggest one.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
and
they're
friends of mine, and my nemesis, Live Nation, probably was surprised that I did that.
Hell yeah, Live Nation sucks.
Did they hear that?
So, that's a good segue. So speak to me about the disadvantages and the advantages when in this industry, when there is kind of one big fish. Like, how do you kind of circumvent that and navigate that when Live Nation is just this monopoly in this industry?
Well, I've been working with Live Nation since I started, when it was Electric Factory.
Yeah.
I'm from the suburbs of Philly, so a lot of my friends work at Live Nation. I've assisted them at Hershey for decades, worked at shows of theirs, and in this business, if you're a talent buyer, it's about relationships with agencies, and I suppose a relationship with an agent will supersede the Live Nation thing.
Yeah.
I mean, Live Nation obviously has buying power because they have major market plays.
Yep.
I was totally surprised when they kind of came to my competition, but c'est la vie. We wouldn't have given them our venue because we're independent and we're proud of that.
Yep. And have been from the beginning, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. So how do you balance your work life and your personal life?
I don't. I work all the time.
That was C, right?
I've been doing it forever.
You don't know any other way. It's like Joe Paterno coaching, right?
You know what? I should be retired, but I'm not. Because now everybody decided they want to pay me. And I wish they paid me when I was 40 instead of 80.
You got to follow the yellow brick road, right?
That's right.
So what bands or artists get you excited today and give you hope that rock and roll is still alive?
You know, I love music. I've always, you know, my origins came from politics. You know, my first jobs were with the governor in Harrisburg, and I took a wrong turn and got in the entertainment business. But I always compared the two because having a concert is like having an election. You know, if everybody shows up to your concert, you've like won the election.
Yeah, you're right.
And promoting an election is like promoting a concert. You've got to peak at the right time so everybody has awareness of your show or your candidacy.
Yeah, and you're like the build up to an election too. It's the same concept. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And to be honest with you, I've had a parallel career in soccer, and I always thought that live music and soccer, we could change the world because music and soccer are international.
And they're both beautiful, right?
The beautiful game, the beautiful show. I had this all figured out.
No one is listening,
and then I gave up.
So who's your favorite club team then?
My favorite club?
Yeah, football.
Christian Pulisic plays for Chelsea.
Ah, nice.
And I'm friends with the family.
Yep, nice.
So.
Yep. Chelsea, did they win last year or 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah. Excellent.
I mean, I used to be a Man U fan because I took a couple buses to the first game at the Link. Was Man and Barcelona and I took 2 buses of drunk soccer families down.
Oh man, that must have been
At
awesome.
that time, Man U was my team.
Yeah.
But now it's Chelsea.
Did
of
they
course.
win?
Well, it was a, it was
draw.
not a game to win.
Oh, exhibition.
It was an exhibition.
I
game.
gotcha.
So
I gotcha.
A lot of the big stars weren't there, but enough.
Yeah.
You know.
Gotcha. So, if there was one thing that you could change about the music industry, what would it be?
Well, I would get rid of all the agents.
Get rid of all the agents.
Yes,
Simple as that.
They're scumbags. They don't care.
Bottom line, that's
They
all
just
that
want
matters.
their
Yep.
deposit and the contract signed, and then they move on.
And you never hear from them again, right?
You hear from them when they want something.
Yeah.
No, I mean, obviously, it's like politics. It's
Yeah.
very tricky.
Cutthroat. Right.
And it's about relationships in any business. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
I've decided probably a good decade or 2 ago that I wasn't going to change the world, so I've given up on that.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to get out gracefully.
And do you feel like that's been a success so far?
Do you know what? When I did get that Lifetime Achievement Award, and I
Yeah.
know they didn't really want to give it to
Yeah,
me.
tell the audience about that. That's a huge deal.
It is and it isn't.
Well-
You have to consider the source.
Fair enough.
When they first started out their organization, I wasn't keen on it because I didn't think they knew where to start.
Right. Yeah.
But they're getting their footing. They're starting to recognize the history of artists in this community. They still don't have the representation of the minority artists that have as much music as others, but they're
that's
getting there.
nationwide. Yeah, I mean, that's not
And
just here.
I basically was honored when I was asked or told that I was getting it because it became the Whitey Knoll Award.
Yeah.
And obviously, Whitey and me were great friends. When he started the magazine, Pennsylvania Musician Magazine.
Okay.
When he started it, I was the manager of Kicks, and they were on the cover. And for the first couple of years, I wrote an article, and he was a lifelong friend of mine. And when he passed away, and they had an award, and then they named the Lifetime Achievement Award after Whitey Knoll. So me being the first one that got it, it was close to my heart. So I was honored, and I accepted. And I thought, well, this is a perfect way for me to retire. I've got a Lifetime Achievement
Sail off
Award,
into the sunset.
and they usually give it to people that are about to die or something.
Did they know something that you didn't know?
Well, I thought they did.
John. Poor John. So, let's talk about the pandemic for a second. It affected so many people in this industry. How did you personally kind of circumvent and navigate?
I never stopped working, and I found people that were like-minded, and I joined the organization, and I was on
Kept the
the
train
Zooms
rolling.
and the stuff.
Yeah.
We had the Independent Promoters Alliance, and we had the National Independent Venues Association,
Yep.
and we spearheaded the
The
SVOG
fight.
grants.
Yeah. Yep.
My venue got more than $1 million, on the backs of the other people in the National Independent Venue
Yep.
Association.
Yep.
So I've been a
That was a hard-fought battle, wasn't it?
yes, it was.
Yeah.
And all through the pandemic,
Yep.
almost weekly, we would have meetings, and a lot of the people that I knew in the business but that I had never met, I was meeting online, and it was just great.
Yeah.
And it was all over the country. So whether it was Phoenix or Miami or Minnesota, these were people that were
Yeah.
my people.
Yeah.
And it was great to get together with them. And I think it made us so strong that we have come out of this better than ever. And Live Nation and AEG better watch themselves, because this independent venue thing is going to
It's
stick.
catching on.
It's
Yeah.
going to stick.
Yeah.
And secondary markets are going to be able to compete with major markets.
Yep.
And relationships, agents still hold the power with
Unfortunately.
management.
Right.
And sometimes I don't think they tell management that we've made offers, but it is what it is.
All right, so I'm going to do 3 rapid-fire questions, and then
Okay.
we'll end the interview.
There we go.
Okay. Mountains or the beach?
Beach. I'm from New Jersey.
Seafood or steak?
Seafood. Even though I had gout once, so I shouldn't be eating steak. Shouldn't be eating either. No shellfish. But
Every once in a while, it's a treat, right?
I'll take some seafood.
All right. Finally, new wave or hair metal?
I was the manager of Kicks in the 80s.
All right, so hair metal it is.
Sorry. You know,
Any good stories from Kicks? Oh, I'm sure.
I got stories from Kicks. I've got stories from Poison before they were Poison. I've got stories from Live when they were in high school.
Mental Jewelry.
Yep.
Yeah.
When they were Public Affection.
Oh yeah, Public Affection. Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I gave them jobs as roadies and van
Chad Taylor
drivers
and the boys.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've known them since they were in high school. Yep.
Well, John, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much
for
inviting me.
Absolutely.
I liked it. It was fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, John Harris, the legend, allegedly. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching and listening to the Music Lab podcast. My name is Doug. We're about ready to watch the Peterson Brothers. Have you seen the Peterson Brothers live
Yes,
before?
I have.
Oh man, we're in for a real treat.
Austin, Texas.
Peace and one love.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here at Raw Outfitters, we are an independent, family-owned clothing company for all ages. Check out our inventory of shirts and hoodies at www.rawoutfitters.com and follow our social media pages. Don't just wear
Come on over to roosterstone.com, where you can book the band for any event you can imagine. Acoustic, full band, whatever your event may require. You can also email us to take online music lessons at an affordable monthly price. Don't forget to download our original music and like, follow, and subscribe to Rooster Stone across all social media platforms. Keep rocking out at
roosterstone.com.